Hello, welcome back to the Pedestal Society. My name is Braille, and today I want to talk about what I did to become more feminine. Um, in order for me to become more feminine, one of the things I had to do was I had to stop trying to be a trend. I had to stop looking up to certain entertainers, actors, actresses. I had to stop looking outside of myself and start looking inside. I had to start accepting who Braille is. And that sense of acceptance helped me to begin my journey of feminine power. I had to stop looking at femininity, feminine energy, as less than. I had to start looking at feminine energy and being a feminine being as a power move. I had to accept myself, and in accepting myself, I had to allow myself to look instead of looking at my inner darkness as though it means that I am lacking, that I'm not deserving, that I'm not living up to some type of perfection. I had to realize that I had to accept it. I had to realize that this is me at my worst moment. This is me and how I view things and how I handle things. But that's not me every day. That is not how I handle things every day. I had to realize and accept that inner darkness instead of realizing because I am imperfect and I'm an imperfect being that I am still qualified. I am still accepting. I still deserve the better things in life. That comes with the critique of yourself comes from being a Christian girl. I'm not about blaming Christianity overall. I'm just saying it comes with it, where you're very self-aware and self-reflective and accountable, and you tend to not look at yourself in that from a human lens. And any type of darkness, you feel like it has to be stomped out. You cannot have any of that. You can't be any of that. Hopefully, I'm making sense, but I had to accept it, not revel in it, not celebrate it. I had to accept it that that is who I am on my darkest day, or that is what I have done in my darkest time. I had to accept the inner darkness and realize that is a part of me that does not define me, and that I can actually move forward and still have a productive, beautiful life, even if maybe I do, and everybody else on the planet has some inner darkness. You have to accept. Some of us are running from it, some of us are denying it, some of us are lying about it. But I learned to accept it. I learned to accept all versions of Braille. And that's what helped me to claim my feminine power and letting me accept me being intuitive. Because even I can remember as far as back as when I wouldn't allow my intuitive nature to flow free. I would try to hold on to it, and I would try to only be about facts and figures and something you can read, hold, and see. But I had to learn and accept in my femininity, my feminine energy, my feminine power, that my intuition is a power. And I need to accept it and I need to utilize it. That is the reason why my content is so different. It differs because I'm an intuitive content creator, which means I create content that's on my heart versus what's trending. I don't try to emulate any content creator. I am just Braille. I accept who she is. I accept all versions of her, and accepting my intuitive nature and how I want to create content has actually helped me move in a lot further than I even imagined. So accepting my intuition, accepting my darkness, accepting who I am as a woman, uh, I had to stop thinking that vulnerability was kryptonite. I had to stop thinking that if I cried, that I was going to be seen as weak. That if I let people know that I was feeling something, that they were going to look at me like I'm less than. I had to accept that when I cry, it's just cleansing. That it's cleansing of the emotions, cleansing of the spirit. It helps me to have a better viewpoint. At one point, that I wouldn't even let someone see me cry because there's an expression that goes around: "Never let us see you sweat." And to me, that's conflicting. That's like putting yourself in a box. I want people to notice and realize I have emotions and I'm human, that I'm vulnerable. And in doing so, I have accepted my feminine power, my feminine energy. And it has helped me to be vulnerable, even with my daughter. Because you know what broke my heart in the beginning? of my relationship, one of the things that, and this is a vulnerable share, is that when I was a young mother, and I remember my daughter telling me, as little kids do, because little kids are very intuitive, they're very observant, and then they don't have a filter. I will never forget her telling me that she feels as though that she can like be herself more with dad than versus with me. And I think that is because when I was with her, I was so focused on trying to teach her and, and make sure she had all the information she has. For some reason in my brain, I was like, I need to give my daughter all the information I could possibly give her. I can make sure I need her to know this. I need her to have an understanding of this, A, B, C, D. So I took it every opportunity with her. I took it as a teaching opportunity, and she wanted more of the softness and the playfulness that I do with dad, just so she can be a kid. And I was like, oh, like instead of shutting her down, I paid attention to what she was saying and realizing that yes, nothing wrong with making sure you have teaching opportunities with your little girl, but make sure she understands vulnerability. Make sure she understands that she can come to you and talk to you about anything, that she can be open and honest with you on her feelings and how she's seeing and viewing the world. Because those are the greatest teaching moments that you will ever have with your daughter. And see, a little girl taught me this, and it helped me be more vulnerable and more open. And now we have this great relationship where we can talk about anything, and she can come to me about anything, and there's no filter. Like, and I love it here. So that helped me to embrace my feminine power, just embracing that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not have to go, to not have to put everything as a teaching moment. I stopped looking at other women as competition. I think that's the best thing I ever done in life. Instead of me looking at what a woman has on and being jealous that she's able to wear that dress in that certain manner or wear shoes in that certain manner, or she has something I don't want. Instead, now I look at something that I like on that woman, and I may like the dress, I may like the shoes. It doesn't matter what I like on it, but I'm not jealous of her. And that took some time. That took some training. Let me pause here. We're going to be doing this type of training in our soul sister training, November the 13th, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get into that, the link will be down in the description box, because we will be going through an entire process and creating sisterhood. Because I think the best thing I ever did in life, y'all, the best thing is learning how to never be or see another woman's competition. So now I'm in a position that I'm not jealous of a woman. Like, I don't feel any type of way if a woman's more beautiful than me. I don't feel any type of way if a woman's more successful than me. I don't feel any type of way if a woman has a more juicy relationship than I do. Having and learning these things have increased my feminine energy and made me feel so powerful, because now I can come to women, young women, old women, elderly women, and I can be with them as another woman and mentor them and not feel jealous of them, not feel like I got to compete against them. And that there has helped me to be a great mentor to women. But these are things that have helped me to become more feminine and embrace my feminine power and be in acceptance and trust myself. And I watched my energy flourish and me be able to connect with people on a whole nother level. So hopefully this was helpful and you got it all, because I know I said a lot. And I'll see you all on the next one. Just remember, stay up pedestal.